Carrying burdens can feel like an endless weight. Life throws challenges our way: financial struggles, relationship issues, health concerns. Each burden can drag us down, making it hard to breathe, let alone move forward. But what if there was a way to release those burdens, to lay them down, and find freedom in prayer? The concept of laying our burdens at His feet isn't just poetic. It's deeply rooted in Scripture. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus invites us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This isn't merely an offer. It's a promise of supernatural protection and peace. When we bring our troubles to Him, we open ourselves to divine intervention. Our worries, fears, and doubts don't just dissipate, they transform into something more powerful: faith. Take a moment to reflect on the story of Peter walking on water. He stepped out of the boat, but when he noticed the wind and the waves, he began to sink. In that moment of doubt, he cried out to Jesus for help. And what did Jesus do? He reached out, took Peter's hand, and lifted him up. This narrative encapsulates the essence of laying our burdens down. When we focus on our problems, they seem insurmountable. But when we turn our gaze toward God in prayer, we find protection, strength, and support. Consider the burdens you carry. Maybe it's a job that feels unfulfilling, or a relationship that's strained. Perhaps it's a lingering health issue, or a sense of loneliness that shadows you. These are not just personal struggles. They're part of the human experience. The good news? You don't have to carry them alone. Throughout the Bible, we see examples of individuals who laid their burdens at God's feet. David, the shepherd king, often poured out his heart in prayer. In Psalm 55-22, he writes, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken." This isn't just advice, it's a declaration of faith. David knew that when he released his worries to God, he found a source of strength that could carry him through the darkest valleys. Think about the woman with the issue of blood. For 12 years, she suffered, seeking healing from every possible source. Yet it was when she reached out to touch the hem of Jesus' garment that she found what she was desperately seeking. Her faith led her to lay her burden of illness at His feet, and she was healed. This story illustrates the transformative power of prayer and faith. It's not just about the act of praying. It's about the belief that something can change when we invite the divine into our struggles. In times of uncertainty, prayer becomes our lifeline. It connects us to God and opens the door to supernatural protection. When we pray, we acknowledge that we cannot navigate life's storms on our own. We seek guidance, wisdom, and strength. This isn't about asking for everything to be perfect, but about trusting that God will provide what we need. Imagine waking up each morning and starting your day with a prayer that acknowledges your burdens. Instead of carrying them alone, you lay them at His feet, expressing your fears, hopes, and desires. This act of surrender creates a space for divine protection to surround you. It's like stepping into a shield of peace that defies understanding, even in the chaos of life. Prayer isn't just a ritual, it's a conversation. It can be as simple as whispering your concerns, or as profound as pouring out your soul. The key is authenticity. God desires a relationship with you, one where you can share your burdens openly. The more you engage in this dialogue, the more you'll realize how much lighter life feels when you lean into faith. The act of laying burdens at His feet also requires vulnerability. It means admitting that you don't have all the answers and that it's okay to seek help. There's a beautiful exchange that happens when we do this. Our struggles don't vanish, but they become manageable. We find support and strength in unexpected places: friends, family, community, and most importantly, in God's presence. Throughout history, believers have gathered in prayer, seeking protection and guidance. There's a collective strength in this. When one person prays, it resonates beyond the individual. It creates a ripple effect of faith and hope. Your burdens may feel personal, but in prayer, they become part of a larger story, one of divine protection and grace. As you navigate your day, think about how you can incorporate this practice of laying your burdens down. What would it look like to start each morning with a prayer that acknowledges your struggles? What if you created a space in your home or heart where you could regularly come to God, releasing your worries and seeking His protection? Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Share your burdens and invite God into your struggles. Trust that when you lay your burdens at His feet, you're not just relinquishing weight. You're inviting divine intervention into your life. Reflect on the promise of protection that comes from faith. It's not about removing challenges, but about walking through them with the assurance that you're not alone. The journey may be hard, but laying your burdens at His feet opens the door to a peace that transcends understanding. When you consciously choose to lay your burdens at His feet, you're stepping into a space where the weight of the world can start to lift. This isn't just about saying a few words. It's about a heart posture, a willingness to trust that there's a higher power ready to carry what you can't. Imagine waking up each morning, the heaviness of yesterday still clinging, yet you choose to hand it over. That's where the supernatural begins to unfold. Think about the moments when life feels overwhelming. Job stress, relationship woes, health concerns, these burdens can be suffocating. But in prayer, you find a refuge. It's a sacred act, a conversation that invites divine wisdom into your chaos. Picture yourself in a quiet space, perhaps sipping coffee, eyes closed, pouring out your heart. You're not just listing your worries, you're inviting guidance. What does it mean to seek direction? Sometimes it's about asking for clarity when paths diverge before you. You might feel torn between two job offers or unsure about a decision that could change everything. In those moments, prayer becomes your compass. You seek God's voice, craving the supernatural insight that transcends human understanding. It's not merely about making the right choice, it's about aligning your will with something greater than yourself. Faith plays a pivotal role here. It's the invisible thread that connects your burdens to His promise of protection. When you choose to believe, you're not just hoping for the best. You're embracing the reality that you're held in divine hands. This faith doesn't eliminate the hard conversations or the tough decisions, but it reshapes how you approach them. You're not alone. You're guided in seeking protection. Consider the idea of spiritual armor. This isn't just metaphorical. It's an active part of your prayer life. Imagine dressing yourself in this armor each morning, praying for shielded hearts, for wisdom to navigate the day's challenges. It's a daily request for divine coverage over your circumstances. You might visualize this protection surrounding you as you step out into the world, facing whatever comes your way with confidence. There's power in intercession, too. When you lift others' burdens in prayer, you're amplifying the impact of your faith. Think of a friend going through a tough time. Instead of just offering them advice, you can pray for them, asking God for supernatural protection over their situation. You're not just a bystander, you're an active participant in their journey. This act of love not only helps them but also deepens your connection with God and with each other. Consider a time when you faced a decision that seemed insurmountable. Perhaps you were unsure about a relationship or a career move. In those moments, laying your burdens at His feet can transform your perspective. You might discover that what felt like a heavy load was actually an opportunity for growth. Prayer allows you to see beyond the immediate stress, honing in on the lessons hidden within your struggles. Think about the stories in Scripture where individuals laid their burdens at God's feet. David, in his Psalms, often cried out in despair, but always returned to a place of trust. He wasn't devoid of fear. Rather, he expressed it openly and then redirected his focus back to God's faithfulness. This cycle of vulnerability and trust can become a rhythm in your life too. When you pray, you're not just seeking answers, you're engaging in a relationship. It's a conversation where you pour out your fears, your hopes, and your dreams. You might find that the act of vocalizing your burdens brings clarity. You see the obstacles not as dead ends, but as pathways leading you to something greater. The supernatural shifts in your mindset when you trust that every challenge serves a purpose. As you lay your burdens down, visualize them transformed. Maybe they become lighter, or even fade away entirely. This isn't merely wishful thinking. It's an act of faith that invites God's power into your reality. You're not just releasing your worries. You're creating space for peace to settle in. And in that space, protection flourishes. You begin to sense a covering, a shield that allows you to move forward with confidence. Consider those moments when fear threatens to take hold. The unknown can be paralyzing. Yet, in prayer, you can confront that fear with faith. You might say, "I trust you, God. I trust that you are protecting me." This simple affirmation shifts the narrative. Rather than being a victim of circumstances, you become an active participant in your story, one who is protected and guided. You might find comfort in choosing specific scriptures to speak over your life. "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." This promise reminds you that even amid challenges, there's a divine safeguard surrounding you. You're not just reciting words, you're activating truth through your faith. The act of laying down your burdens is not a one-time event. It's a continuous practice. Each morning becomes an opportunity to release what weighs you down. With each prayer, you cultivate a deeper relationship with God, inviting His protection into your everyday life. You start to recognize His hand at work, guiding your decisions, offering wisdom when you feel lost. Picture a child running to their parent for safety. That's the posture you take with God. You don't have to have it all figured out. You're allowed to come as you are, offering your burdens without judgment. In this sacred exchange, you're reminded that you're loved unconditionally. In closing, laying your burdens at His feet is a profound act of faith. It's where protection meets vulnerability. It's the place where divine wisdom intersects with human experience. You're not just letting go, you're inviting a supernatural presence into your life. So, take a moment today and lay it all down. Trust in the protection that comes from faith, that the act of laying your burdens at His feet isn't just a metaphor. It's a daily practice that brings freedom and clarity. Start your morning with intention. Before you dive into the chaos of the day, take a moment to center yourself. Find a quiet space, whether it's a corner of your home, a park bench, or even your car. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize all those heavy weights you carry. Maybe it's stress from work, worries about relationships, or fears that plague your mind. Picture each burden as a stone in your hands. Now, with every exhale, imagine placing those stones at His feet. This simple act opens the door to supernatural protection. When you release those burdens, you're not just letting go, you're making room for divine guidance. Ask for wisdom in your decisions. Perhaps you're facing a tough choice at work or navigating a complicated relationship. Speak it out loud in your prayer. "Lord, grant me wisdom to see the path clearly. Help me recognize opportunities and avoid frustrations." This isn't just a request. It's an invitation for God to step into your life and guide you. Trust that He will provide the discernment you need. Sometimes, the burdens we carry aren't just ours. They belong to those we love. Interceding for others can be a powerful way to lay your burdens down. Think of a friend who is struggling, a family member weighed down by anxiety, or a colleague facing challenges. In your prayer, bring them before God. "I lift up my friend who feels overwhelmed. I ask for your protection over them, for peace in their heart and clarity in their mind." When you pray for others, the act of intercession creates a ripple effect. You're not only helping them, you're also experiencing the joy that comes from selflessness. Next, integrate this practice into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be elaborate or lengthy. A few moments of genuine prayer can set the tone for your day. Maybe it's in the shower, during your commute, or while sipping your morning coffee. Whatever works for you, make it a habit. As you navigate your day, keep that connection alive. When stress starts creeping in, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, "I've laid this burden down." Let that reminder empower you. In moments of doubt, affirm your faith. Speak openly about your belief in His protection. "I trust that you are with me. I know that you guard my heart and mind." These affirmations can transform your mindset. They can turn anxiety into peace, chaos into calm. You're not just reciting words, you're reinforcing the truth of your faith. Consider the times when you felt overwhelmed, lost, or anxious. Remember how it felt to carry those burdens alone. Now, think about the moments you've laid them at His feet. There's a shift, isn't there? Suddenly, what felt insurmountable becomes manageable. That's the supernatural protection at work. You're not meant to carry this weight alone. Embrace the support that comes from faith. Look for signs of that protection in your life. It might manifest as unexpected opportunities, a comforting conversation, or a moment of clarity when you needed it most. Pay attention to these nudges. They're reminders that you're not wandering aimlessly, you're being guided. As you cultivate this practice, encourage those around you to do the same. Share your experiences with friends or family. Invite them to pray with you. Create a small prayer group where everyone can express their burdens and seek protection together. There's strength in unity. When we come together in faith, the weight of our burdens lightens. When you feel the urge to take matters into your own hands, remember that laying your burdens down is an act of surrender. It's acknowledging that you don't have to control everything. Trust in the process. Sometimes, the best course of action is simply to wait and listen. The answers will come. In your daily life, practice gratitude as part of this journey. Acknowledge the moments you've felt protected. Write them down. Reflecting on these experiences reinforces your faith and encourages you to continue seeking that supernatural protection. Each day is a new opportunity to release what weighs you down. Whether it's a small worry or a significant life challenge, take the time to lay it all down. Don't underestimate the power of this practice. It can change your perspective and transform your reality. Make it a point to regularly check in with yourself. Are there new burdens creeping in? Are you holding on to past worries? Don't hesitate to bring them to God. The act of laying your burdens at His feet isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous journey. In moments of struggle, remember that this practice is about faith and trust. You're not just looking for relief. You're actively inviting God into your life. You're acknowledging that His protection is always available, waiting for you to invite it in. So, today, as you step into the world, remember, you have the power to lay your burdens at His feet. Embrace that freedom. Live in the protection that comes from faith.